Right, so when figuring out what video to do today, I couldn't figure out what mood I was in. Part of me was like, I just want to laugh at some stupid people. And part of me was like, I kind of want to have my mind blown. But then I realized I can do both in the same video by watching hot takes on TikTok. So that's what we're doing today. Let's jump straight into it. All right, first up, Fanita's hot take.
What is your hot take?
This is gonna sound really mean, but I promise I'm not a mean girl, even though some people think I am. I don't think everyone's beautiful.
Listen.
I don't.
Wait, tell me.
And I think we need to stop lying. I think we need to stop. Like, some people are ugly and that's fine. Like, some people are and that's okay. Like, not everybody's meant to be, like, attractive. Like, some people aren't aesthetically pleasing to look at, and that's just a fact. And I'm sorry, I'm tired of, like, everyone's beautiful. Like, I think everybody's beautiful on the inside or has the potential to be beautiful on the on the inside. But I feel like not everyone's beautiful on the outside, and I'll die on this hill.
Damn, I mean, that is definitely a hot take. That'll rustle some feathers. I wonder why people think she's a mean girl. But I gotta say, I do think she's kind of right. I mean, most people can look at models and be like, you're an objectively attractive person. If objective attractiveness exists, you are up there. And I also think most people can look at a different person and be like, oh, we kind of all agree that you fit society's beauty standards a little bit less than the model person. But at the same time, I think everyone has such different tastes. Like, there'll be plenty of people out there where I go, I think this is a beautiful person. And there'll be people watching this that go, I don't agree at all. I don't think they're beautiful in any sense. I really do think beauty is in the eye of the beholder a lot of the time. So I think she's right in some ways in like a generic principle way, but I definitely don't think it's absolute. So judging the spiciness and the correctness, I'm going to say spicy and onto something. What do the comments say? Right message, wrong messenger. Exhibit A speaking. Who's going to tell her? This is the problem with takes like this, is it? There's going to be an example, an exhibit, and people are going to be like, here's an example. Why? Do we really care enough about this point to be singling someone out and be like, here's an example of an ugly person? It's just not nice and it's not necessary. So I think we should move on. All right, next up from Daniela Lopez. Can you tell I've been doing my Duolingo Spanish lessons? Well, don't applaud me. It's not by choice. The owl threatened to burn down my home if I didn't. New lessons await. All right, what's she got for us?
Controversial take of the day. If you are a straight man and you are single and you are in my Pilates class, I'm judging you. That's just how I feel. I feel like the Pilates classes are for the girls and the gays. And if you are a straight man, the only reason you should be there is if you're with your girlfriend. Like, I feel safe if a girly pop brings their boyfriend. I bring my boyfriend from time to time. But if you are there by yourself and you are a straight man, I'm judging you.
I was kind of trying to understand her point at the start, but the second she said the only reason you should be there as a straight guy is if you're with your girlfriend, I was like, no, obviously not. What happens if you just love Pilates and you're a guy and there's only one local class and it's that one and there are women there? Or what happens if you have a terrible injury and you're in the middle of rehab? There are loads of situations where you as a guy, as a straight guy, could be going to Pilates not just to either pick up women or stare at them in a pervy way. I will say, if one of my straight guy friends was like, I'm going to a Pilates class on Saturday, part of me would be judging a little bit, being like, are you just going there to pick up women? But I feel like we should be giving people the benefit of the doubt. Although I guess I have the privilege of being a man, I do feel like if I put myself in the shoes and the spandex of a woman at Pilates and there was a guy behind me and I was doing, I don't really know much about Pilates. Let me pull up a Pilates pose. Yeah, like if I'm wearing this and I'm hitting this kind of pose and there's a guy behind me, I am like, this guy's looking right up my butt. Or this, like I can imagine being like, this does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, I can get where she's coming from and I can understand why you might make that judgment, but I do think it's unfair to just make that blanket judgment in general. So yeah, definitely is a hot take. It's very spicy, but I don't think it's a particularly good one. Also, surely there exist, and if they don't, they absolutely should, women's only Pilates classes. Oh yeah, there you go. There's one literally in London. Privé Pilates, women's only. So yeah, rather than judging the people there that are going to get their Pilates in, just go to women's only one. Everyone wins. What do the comments say? I'm 42, happily married and a dad, but I have horrible mobility and am in pain every day from lifting heavy weights. I've been wanting to do Pilates and yoga, but thanks for making me feel even more insecure to try it. No! Damn, I literally just signed up for my first class. I'm trying to rehab from injury. Pilates was literally started by a straight white man who was a combat veteran to offer rehabilitation for soldiers returning from war. Is that true? Joseph Pilates? No way! His name is Mr. Pilates invented Pilates. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah. During World War I, he began refining and teaching his minimal equipment system of mat exercises. Some of the early use of Pilates exercise methods included rehabilitation of seriously injured veterans. That's so interesting. You learn something new every day on this channel. But I don't know on this one. I can really I can see both sides. I can think of loads of situations where it's totally fair as a straight guy to be like, I would like to be in this class and be unjudged, and I think it'd be unfair to judge them. But at the same time, I can imagine being a woman and being like, I'd rather only be doing this around other women. But hey, there you go. Go to a women's only Pilates class if they exist near you. Problem solved. All right, next up. Oh, we've got a trigger warning. Unpopular opinion time from Sophia.
I'm going to be the one to say it since nobody else wants to say it. I think 98% of people's obsession with hot dogs is performative.
What? How the hell is liking hot dogs performative? Who the hell says they like hot dogs? For what? Attention? Approval? I didn't realize anyone even thought that far, that someone could go, I'm obsessed with hot dogs, I love hot dogs, and someone would think about that after the fact that it's gone in one ear. Surely that just goes out the other. Who cares? From personal experience, I love hot dogs. I think they taste great. A good old barbecued hot dog, especially with a bit of barbecue sauce or ketchup or mayo, crispy or caramelized onions, they're great. How the hell has this got 238,000 likes? I'm in enemy territory. Okay, me too. Don't count me in those figures. No, the pickle people are performative. That I agree with. Who the hell wants pickles on their hot dog?
No pickles!
I order hot dogs from the hospital cafeteria for lunch. This is not performative. I wish my obsession was performative, but it unfortunately is not. Thought we were really going through it with the dogs. I always thought the hot dog hatred was performativity bond. Where is this hot dog discourse going on? Maybe it's because I'm British. I remember going to America and being like, oh, the hot dog stands that are everywhere in movies, they're real. Maybe because I think the Americans just eat more hot dogs than us. Maybe the discourse is way more prominent. You never hear anyone in the UK discuss hot dogs like this. This is so funny. Your obsession is performative. Mine's not. I'm really struggling with it. Your hatred is performative. What a funny insight. Wait.
Say it since nobody else wants to say it. I think 98%.
She's Scottish! She's literally Scottish! I know I'm in England, but we're close enough. There's close enough proximity where I feel like there would be spillover. She's got to be just chronically online, surely, and tapping into this in the US. You guys in the comments are going to have to let me know. If you're from the UK, let me know if you've been in on this, or anywhere else in Europe, or anywhere else in the world. Or let me know if you're in America and you're like, yeah, we have this discussion all the time. Thanksgiving was a bloody nightmare last year. It tore our family in half. But of all things to do performatively, being obsessed with hot dogs, that's funny. That's cracked me up. That is not a spicy take at all. I'm going like, who's actually going to be offended by that? Surely no one. And is she right? Also, surely not. But yeah, I'm gonna have to read the comments on this one, because I'm genuinely going to be curious on a lot of these takes, whether you agree with me, whether you agree with them, on how spicy it is, how right it is, all that kind of stuff, on all the hot takes. I think that kind of stuff's really interesting. All right, next up. Oh, we got Billie Eilish.
What's one hill you'd die on? Y'all not gonna like me for this one. Eating meat is inherently wrong. And then the other thing is...
That is not a hot take. That's just an average vegetarian vegan take. I mean, obviously, it totally matters where you get your morality from, where your morals come from. I personally think morality is all about flourishing and suffering. I think eating animals causes unnecessary animal suffering. It's unnecessary because obviously we don't need to eat animals. So unnecessary suffering means it's immoral. I mean, I'm not currently a vegan or a vegetarian. I do currently eat meat and use animal products. I definitely don't think I or anyone in the entire world lives a perfectly moral life. I do try to be a moral person in general. But yeah, under my moral system at least, I think that's a pretty clear-cut one. But obviously that's just my beliefs. You know, I have my own moral system. I appreciate other people have different moral systems. I can definitely see why loads of people will be like, I don't think it's immoral at all. So yeah, in my opinion, she's correct, but it's not a particularly hot take. That's very lukewarm. What's the second one?
And then the other thing is, two things cannot coincide. I love animals. I love all animals so much, and I eat meat. You can't do both. Sorry. You can eat meat. Go for it. You can love animals, but you can't do both.
Oh, this is the one Batch and I spoke about on the podcast. I didn't realize it was said in this thing. I thought it was an Instagram story. Or maybe she did both. And this is just where I disagree. I think people can be inconsistent. I think people can be hypocritical. And I think people can have different worldviews and what it means to be moral. You know, I think you can care about animals and eat them in the same way you can care about the environment, but still get a flight on holiday somewhere. Or you can care about the poor, but still spend some of your money on a luxury for you rather than on the poor. You know, it's not optimal, sure, but I don't think that means you don't care or that you don't love the animals. Like I grew up in Jersey, a lot of farmers around. I definitely think that the farmers loved their flocks. I personally feel like I love animals. And I mean, people might disagree, but I'm just saying I disagree with them. And also, like I said, you can have a completely different moral system. That's assuming you're going for this like flourishing and suffering. You could be a religious person and you could be like, my scripture says that I'm allowed to eat meat and that eating meat is a moral thing. And so you can love animals and believe that morally it's right to eat them. I obviously don't subscribe to that, but that is what divine command theory is. That's a very popular viewpoint held worldwide. But even if I think the worldview is wrong, I can still acknowledge that there are people that think that they're doing the right thing, that what they're doing is moral, but they still love animals. And those are just a couple of examples. I just can't see how you can genuinely believe this as an absolute. So yeah, if she was going like, oh, those people that claim to love animals but eat them anyway, they're being morally inconsistent, then I'd be like, I agree. But I just don't think it's reasonable to claim that there is no such thing as a person who loves animals and eats meat. Oh yeah, and I thought this was the case. David Attenborough, not a vegetarian or a vegan. To hold that view, you genuinely have to say that Sir David Attenborough doesn't love animals. I'm not convinced of that. But this always sparks so much debate. We spoke about it on the podcast. There were loads of comments about it. And then I went on live stream and spoke about it for like half an hour, going back and forth in chat. It was all super interesting, super productive. But yeah, this one is definitely a spicy take. I just don't agree. All right, next up, we got one from Mags.
Unpopular opinion. If I have a baby with a man in marriage, because that's the only way I would ever have a baby with a man, for myself, honey. And then for some reason he decides, he wants to start a new life and he wants to leave me. You are keeping that baby. You are keeping that child, big boss. Okay? Full custody is yours. I will visit the child on the weekends, every other week. Because you can start your new life, of course, but I ain't gonna be a single mother. I ain't built like that. I ain't built like that. I'm not built for that life. Start your new life. Leave me. It's fine. But full custody is yours. That's my gift to you, big boss. Start your new life. Enjoy it.
Damn, that is a spicy take. I mean, my first thinking is instantly like so much easier to say on TikTok than it is in reality. When you have that baby in front of you and you're like, this is my literal kid. Like, I love this thing more than I love my life itself. If your partner then decides to leave you, it's going to be way harder maybe than this person might be thinking to be like, you take it then, you have full custody. Your love for the baby and the parental instincts will surely take over. I just think it's so much easier to say than it would be in practice. And for me personally, being a single parent would be preferable to letting my partner have full custody of the kid. Although again, I'm speculating based on what? I've never experienced the economic struggles of being a single parent and I haven't got a kid. So I don't know how strong the love for my child will actually be. And I have no idea what it would be like to struggle like that economically. I'm curious what the comments say. I told my husband all the time, if we split up, I will not be taking the children with me full time. And he went and died. So I'm like, well, okay, we'll make an exception for this. Oh my goodness. Okay, fair enough. My mother left us with our father. No way people actually do this. I mean, of course they do. There are a lot of people out there with a lot of different opinions. It's been 14 years since I left mine and he's doing fine. No regrets. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. The thing is, it's easy to rationalize this when you're not in that situation. Once you have a baby, the maternal instinct to want to love and protect your baby is so strong, it's hard to imagine being away from your baby. I originally thought that, but maternal instinct is way more potent than you could ever imagine. I wouldn't even fight for custody. Wow, variety of opinions there. Yeah, I think it's impossible to say until you're in that situation, but I would assume for myself that I disagree with this strongly. But it's a very spicy take, literally talking about abandoning your child to your partner other than on weekends when you could be the rich fun parent. It has its upsides, I'll give her that. But yeah, hella spicy. Disagree. All right, next up from Slay Girl Gigaboots 2. Fascinating username.
I hate to sound like a skank and a bitch, but you guys have to hear me out.
Me too. But why you this time is the question.
There's nothing more insufferable than a straight guy and his fucking guitar. Like, they can play one fucking song, and every single time you're hanging out with him, he's like, can I play our song? It's the only fucking song you know. Like, I get.
This is that Here's Wonderwall skit all over again, isn't it?
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
It was just like a period on the internet where there was a meme that like the guy that pulls the guitar out of the function can only play one song and it's Wonderwall. It's a great song, it really is. I'd say I'm kind of on board with this because I kind of feel like I'm like that, but slightly more pretentious with the piano. Because I can play the piano. I've got an electric keyboard just there. If you ever watch my Twitch streams, every now and then I'll play it. But I can only play like 6 songs on it. I can't read sheet music. I can just play them. But if there's a grand piano in a room and I start playing it, people are like, oh, that's so cool. And I kind of like, I like the reaction. Like if you start playing, I know Eric Satie's Gymnopédie #1. I know Claire de Lune Debussy. You play like classic songs like that on a grand piano in a grand room. People are like, nice. So yeah, I'm kind of on board with it. Unfortunately though, I am the kind of guy that gets really hyped when someone pulls out a musical instrument and is really good with it. If we're at the function, it's a little bit boring, conversation's gone a bit quiet, someone whips out a guitar and starts playing an absolute banger on it, I'm loving it. It really just depends on the aura of the guy that whips out the guitar. But also, I mean, this is not a spicy take. Oh, the guy that pulls out a guitar at the function and knows one song is insufferable. That was genuinely one of the most commonly held opinions on the internet for a period of time. Oh, there's actually a whole Know Your Meme page on this. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. So on December 10th, 2013, YouTuber Julia Banks uploaded a video to her channel titled, Anyway, Here's Wonderwall, which featured her introducing her ukulele cover of the song with that phrase before launching into a parody that altered the song's first line to, "Today's gonna be the day that you're gonna shut the F up about Christmas." As of March 2014, the video has over 5,000 views. That's making me think that this can't be the origin of the meme. Anyway, the phrase became a popular way to caption photos of people with guitars and other string instruments on Tumblr, even spreading to other sites like entertainment site IGN, where a photo of a character from The Walking Dead holding a guitar was captioned with the phrase. So yeah, very lukewarm after all. What do the comments say? 100% agree. However, may I introduce a man who plays piano? No! Truly an awful experience. Oh, crikey. To be fair, this is kind of happening in the piano world as well, because there are certain songs that people have realized if they play them in public and film a TikTok about it, it bangs. And so everyone's learnt to play those songs. One of the main ones is Kanye West, Runaway, especially given at the start, the like couple of keys. It sounds like you don't really know what you're doing on the piano. So people play it on public and be like, dun, 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 and everyone will be looking over like, what the hell is this person doing? Like smashing these random keys. And then it breaks into the song and it's like, oh, you're actually sick at piano, fair play. And so like that kind of reaction that you get from the public, the change just makes these videos go viral. And so everyone's like, oh, I want to do that. And I learn it. And there are a couple of songs like that have become like the Wonderwall of piano. But yeah, unless the guy's really insufferable, I actually don't mind it. So I'm going to overall say, unfortunately, I disagree and lukewarm. Boring. You did not slay. But you don't sound like a skank or that other thing, so could be worse. All right, what do we got next? Olivia Laura Turner.
I'd like to know when we, as a nation, stopped making an effort to go to the airport. I swear these days I feel like I'm seeing people look like they've just jumped straight out of bed and rocked into Terminal 2. I get that we want to be comfy for a flight, especially if it's long haul, but I don't know, that doesn't mean you can wear your pyjamas. At least brush your hair. Make a little bit of effort. I feel like it goes a long way. And yes, this does come from a serial overdresser. Think you can be comfy and still look smart? I don't know, I don't want to see your pyjamas in the airport. I feel like that's my only rule. Maybe it's just me, I don't know.
Oh, this is a close one. It's not that spicy. Like, oh, I'd rather not see people in pajamas. It's kind of fair. I'm glad you brought up the comfort thing because I'm like that. Like, I'll wear a hoodie and joggers pretty much every single time to the airport. Or if it's a hot country that I'm either taking off from or landing in, I'm going to be wearing shorts. So I don't really care if people don't like dress up to look nice or are wearing comfortable joggers and that kind of stuff. Doesn't bother me at all. Like, prioritize comfort. Airports are a horrible experience as they are. At least I can dress comfy whilst going through them all. But I will say I'm kind of on board with the pajama thing. I don't think I actually see people wearing pajamas in airports anyway. But I do think pajamas everywhere other than your house is not great. It gives me like the same feeling as like people who wear like outdoor clothes in their bed. Like if you just get off the tube, go into your home and then go, I'm gonna have a nap, and you're in your jeans and your hoodie that you've just been on the dirty tube in, and you get straight into bed. It's like, oh, I don't know, it just feels gross. And it's like, oh, do you want to be doing that to your like comfy, cozy pajamas that like you should be getting into bed clean wearing? So yeah, I don't think it's a particularly hot take, maybe between lukewarm and mild. And I in general don't agree with her. I just think you got to prioritize your comfort. I would just agree with her on the pajama thing. Okay, actually, here's a hot take for you. You can't be enjoying this video or this channel if you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, there's a chance that YouTube will never show you one of my videos ever again. I genuinely get comments sometimes like, I lost you on my view page or homepage or whatever for like 6 months to a year. I'm so glad you're finally back. Where have you been? And I've been like, I've been uploading multiple times per week this entire time. Also, if you don't care about that, but you are like, oh, I do like the channel and I care about Arthur. What if I told you that subscribing means a lot to me? We have just passed 700,000 subscribers. 1 million is in the very distant future. And there is genuinely nothing I'd rather ask for from you guys than just hitting that subscribe button. It is free. It only takes a second and it really means more than I can possibly say to me. So yeah, if you agree with that hot take and you haven't yet, please do hit subscribe down below. Either way, thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Now let's get on with the video. All right, next up from Aisha Knoll.
Don't forget that when you're doing laundry, you can literally just toss in this cup. So I forget all the time.
Is that a hot take or a life tip? I mean, I use the delicious looking pod, so unfortunately I don't have one of these little cups to judge. But I'm pretty sure it does say you do you put them in there with it? This gets microplastics in your food, by the way. Okay, brilliant. No, you can't. My cup broke. The cup sued her and won $1.2 trillion, by the way. Okay, I don't know if she's right or wrong. Maybe some cups you can do it, some you can't. But that's more of a tip than a hot take. So that's getting a 0 on the spiceometer and a 50-50 on the right. I don't know, just do whatever the box says. All right, next up from Mads Wellness.
I've never said this on here before, and I choose not to talk about it because I know that it's a very sensitive topic and probably the hottest take ever. But I don't want to pet your dog. In fact, I don't want to see a picture of your dog. I don't want to hear about your dog. Please keep your dog away from me. I don't care that he's the nicest dog ever and he doesn't bite. I bite. Okay, I bite. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do feel a little bit sociopathic for having this feeling because like when other people are shown a dog or like see a dog, they're like, oh my god, so cute. And I do not have that feeling one singular bit. Like I, in fact, have the complete opposite feeling. Like, please step away. Dog haters are so hated on because everybody thinks that we're a red flag. And it's like, how can you hate dogs? I don't trust people who don't like dogs. But like, I actually think that you guys are the crazy ones. And I don't know. I don't know if this is going to land on the right side of TikTok, if this is going to land on the people that are going to like cancel me or on the dog dislikers for you pages. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate dogs, I just dislike them. But like, I think you guys are crazy because tell me why you're walking your dog all over the world. It's literally going like everywhere on the floor and you're bringing it into your house. First of all, that's crazy to me, just bringing a dog into your house, period. But like bringing a dog into your bed, okay, after it's literally walked all over the world into your bed in the sheets that you sleep in. Like, tell me that's not crazy.
Okay, you know what? That final bit I can get behind. Obviously, we're only halfway through, but I'm going to forget all the points if I keep going to the end. With the picture thing, I feel like that's a lack of humanity from her side. If one of my friends or an acquaintance or some dude at the pub just goes, oh, look at this. This is the new fence that I painted this weekend. Even if I don't care at all, which I don't, I could not care less about fences or them being painted. I'm like, oh, nice fence. Oh, good job. You don't have to agree and like smile and tell them the dog's cute because you actually think that. It's just being nice. It's just being friendly, sociable human being. I think naked mole rats are quite repulsive to look at. If someone goes, oh, look at my pet naked mole rat. Mole rat. Is that right? Yeah, mole rat. Even if inside I'm going, oh, it's a pretty weird looking thing, I don't really like that, I'm still gonna go, oh, it's adorable. And not just because I'm hoping that secretly the person showing me it is Kim Possible. But yeah, I mean, I was literally speaking about people bringing their own clothes from the tube into their beds. Doing it with dogs, I also agree with that. If I had a dog, I would have to clean it before it got into bed with me.
Dog owners that let their dog just like slobber all over them and like lick their lips, like, what?
That I agree with as well. I do not want dog saliva in my mouth. I love dogs. I'm on board with a lot of this.
Also, they smell. They're like, ugh, like there's people like holding their dogs so close and I'm like, ew, it reeks. Like, it literally reeks. They're wet and just loud and just annoying. Like, oh, I don't get it. Not to mention when I'm on a walk and every single dog owner for some reason thinks that everybody wants to pet their dog and like everybody loves dogs, because I'll be on a walk and a dog will just like come and run up to my feet and sometimes jump on me and I'm like, and they're like, oh, no, he's so nice. I literally don't care. Like, I don't think he's nice. I don't want your dog near me. Like, not everybody likes dogs. You need to train your dog not to run up to random people and jump on them.
Also kind of agree with that.
Or keep them on a leash. Like, I've seen some unleashed dogs. That is crazy behavior. Call me a red flag all you want, okay? But hopefully I get some people on my side in the comments below.
Okay, I mean, that's, in general, it's quite a spicy take, but I agreed with a lot of it. I mean, I don't understand how, in general, you can dislike dogs. I love them. I think they're adorable. I love it when a dog runs up to me on the beach and comes to say hi. But she is right that it shouldn't be normalized. And she is right that you shouldn't be making out with your dog and having their saliva in your mouth or having their dirty butt in your bed. Make sure it's a clean butt first. I thought she was going to be more on the case in general that everyone should just hate dogs inherently. And I was going to be like, that is a massive red flag. Dogs genuinely are some of the greatest animals on earth. A lot of dogs are a lot better than a lot of humans. But overall, I think some points were made. I think this is a nice mild spice and she made some points. All right, what do we got next?
Like, I don't understand, like, if you're struggling, why don't you go to like a cheap buffet? And you just go to the buffet and you have like all you can eat stuff and then just like save the food when people aren't looking.
Now that's going to get clipped out of context. You're going to get hate threats everywhere.
Yeah. Well, the other thing,
the internet loves hating women now.
That's true.
Whenever Ray opens up her mouth, there's about 6-7 new hate threats.
Here's the thing. Just word of advice.
Yeah.
As a rich woman like yourself, never say, why don't poor people just? Ever. If the sentence starts with that, don't bother, even if it's right.
No, I feel like this is inspirational. If you are struggling in life, I feel like there's two options for you. So
It's getting worse.
whatever, okay?
Two options, just giving poor people an ultimatum. This is terrible. This, by the way, is from a podcast called Punching Down. So I guess it doesn't surprise me that she is a rich person punching down, but bloody hell, where's this gonna go?
Go to buffets and spend the minimum amount and get all the food and just wait until no one's looking at you and like bring Tupperware and put it there, okay? Or go to jail. Because if you go to jail, all your food is free.
True.
Your accommodation is free.
This is good advice.
What
Solid.
else? What else is there? You know?
I don't see how she could get hate for this take.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't think
As long as you don't get like the death penalty.
Do you think things can get worse for you, Nick?
Chance, she might have just given the worst take that this guy has ever had.
Okay, explain why that's bad. Okay, if you have no job, no family, no friends, what else are you gonna do?
Okay, right. She's already narrowed the pool from if you're poor. She's also now going like, this is advice if you've got no family, no friends, and no job. At least I hope that's what I hope she's going like, this is advice for people in that situation, and not all poor people are also friendless, familyless, and jobless. Because there are plenty of poor people with all three. But this is just like, it is just born of ignorance, isn't it? Like if she actually spoke to a lot of people who are really struggling to eat, there are people out there that are like, I genuinely cannot afford like a 50p tin of beans or like a £1 pack of pasta that's 6-7 portions. Like they can't afford like 50p meals as it is. They can't afford to go to even the cheapest buffets for a meal or to secretly stock up on a few. I don't even know how much a cheap buffet would be, but like, that is a restaurant trying to make money. They're charging a couple of quid at least. And all you can eat buffet, I've only ever seen it for like 10 to 20 quid. The poor people that are really struggling are going like, I can pay 20p for a pack of noodles that will cover me for lunch and dinner. And the second bit of advice, that they're like stealing or go to prison. Like this is a thing people do in places where it's like, it's going to get cold over winter and people like freeze on the sidewalk and they've got nothing to eat. Homeless people, a lot of them do commit crimes, and they commit crimes where they know they'll be out in 4 or 5 months because they're like, I will go in and get shelter and get fed. Like this is a thing people do. And I feel like it's crazy if you're going like with the advice here shouldn't be, hey, go commit a bunch of crimes. It's like, why is their only option to commit a crime? Like why are there not better systems in place to be like, oh, if you're desperate enough to commit a crime to get yourself off the street, there should be something that society has built for you where you can go there and get food and shelter instead. And okay, in some places that exists, but in some places it doesn't. So this is an incredibly hot take, it's incredibly spicy, but also just incredibly stupid. And I bet this pissed so many people off, and quite rightly. All right, next up from Kelly L. Matthews. Being a boob guy is kind of weird. This one might hurt. Let's go.
I just saw a video where a guy was saying that any man that's like super obsessed with boobs and fake boobs is someone that you should stay away from, and I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Okay, all right. Super obsessed, I would say. I'm not super obsessed. So I think I'm outside the scope of this take. But as a boob appreciator, I'm curious what she's going to go on to say.
And it's hard to put your finger on what it is, but there's something very sinister about a man that's like too into boobs. And I want to add to that like if you say you're a boob guy, but you only like fake boobs, there's nothing wrong with fake boobs. But if you exclusively like fake boobs or only like super duper perky natural boobs, you're not actually a boob guy. And I would actually venture to say you probably don't even really like women. And I won't elaborate on that.
What the hell has happened at the end? I mean, with the first point, there's something sinister about a guy who's too into boobs. She's using the word too. That from whoever's hearing it is going like, this level is excessive already. It's gone too far. It's where you draw the line at what too obsessed with boobs is. I mean, I think most straight guys like me really like boobs. This is such a weird thing to be discussing. Oh god. But I would assume that's not the like too like. I imagine it's like guys who just are just staring at boobs constantly all throughout the day. But that's what I consider too much. What if her threshold for too much is way lower? Then I don't agree. She needs to be more specific.
That like if you say you're a boob guy, but you only like fake boobs, there's nothing wrong with fake boobs. But if you exclusively like fake boobs or only like super duper perky natural boobs, you're not actually a boob guy.
You're not actually a boob guy if you only like a specific subset of boobs. I mean, I kind of get the point she's making. Like, oh, you can't be a car guy if the only car you like is a specific type of Ferrari. Not the fake boobs are like the Ferrari of the boob world, but just going like, if you only like one specific set and you don't like any other cars, it can be any brand of car and you only like one. It's like, are you actually a car guy or are you a Ferrari guy or a Ford, whatever? If it's just Ford, you go, oh yeah, do you actually like cars? Or are you just obsessed with Fords? I think that's the point she's making. Like, if you're a true boob guy, and fellow true boob guys know, it's she's kind of saying if you truly are a boob guy and you like boobs in general, you've got to enjoy the variety. You've got to appreciate the many forms they come in, all the different shapes and sizes.
Venture to say you probably don't even really like women, and I won't elaborate on that.
And that last take, wow, that's the spiciest of them all. You don't really like women. I guess it's the kind of like rejection of the natural female form that she's getting at. She's going like, if you don't like the majority of boobs, natural boobs, you don't like women. You just like the silicone. And I don't think that conclusion necessarily follows, but I can somewhat understand her thinking. By the way, that is all together, especially towards the, that is a very spicy take. And yeah, I've got a variety of agreements on her various points. This title I don't agree with. Being a boob guy is not weird at all. Being too obsessed with boobs can be weird if that two threshold is high enough. And yeah, if you only like fake boobs, maybe you're not a real true boob enjoyer. And maybe, just maybe, you're a woman hater. But I wish you had elaborated on a few of her points. Right, well, I feel like this is a great place to finish on. So if you enjoyed this video today, please do let me know. I actually really enjoyed going through these hot takes. There are plenty more. And also let me know what your thoughts were on all the hot takes and my responses. And so if you want to see another video just like this one, yeah, let me know. And we can turn it into a series. And if that is the case, please do subscribe down below so you can keep up with the series and you don't miss it when it's out. And again, that subscription really would mean a lot to me. Either way, thank you for watching and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye.